of course, him signing with the Lakers and pairing up with LeBron and Anthony Davis, if sports were only and exclusively about ring count, winning as many championships as easily and as quickly as possible, then that would have been the right decision.
But he said that's what was important to him.
The only decision. Well, yeah, that's part of what's important to him. But we can say this 1,000 times. All championships are not created equal, and Kawhi Leonard is trying to accomplish something that he can accomplish with the Clippers that he would not have been able to accomplish with the Lakers, which is win a title as the best guy, the unquestioned star in Toronto, and then go do it cross-coast, different country, new team, the next year, again, as the unquestioned best guy. So, no, sports are not just about the rings. And when we distill it all down to nothing matters but how many titles you've won, we are marginalizing the journey. It's not just about the end point. It's about the journey. And if Kawhi is able, not just this year, but to win a title at any point in the next few years with the Clippers, that will be such a greater individual accomplishment than if he had won a couple titles with LeBron and Anthony Davis with the Lakers. So, yes, championships are a part of it. And no, he didn't make the right decision if the only thing that mattered was how can I win a championship as quickly and easily as possible. But that's not that's not the only goal. I don't even know if that's the ultimate goal, because how you win the title matters enormously in the story that is told of you as a player.
Kawhi orchestrated this, and this is I have to be very, very careful right here, because I want to make sure, because in communicating with Kawhi's team, make sure that what they've told me and my own personal opinion, make sure I'm able to divide those. Kawhi is about winning championships. Kawhi also believes he's the best player in the NBA. Best player in Los Angeles, Kawhi believes it's him. So the reason why he didn't want to join the Lakers, the same thing he said when he asked to be traded, right? He wants to win championships, but he doesn't believe that he needs LeBron James to win championships. And he believes, because he wouldn't have signed with the Clippers, that in the head-to-head, he doesn't believe he's better than LeBron James. He felt like as if he was better than Kevin Durant. That's why he wanted to pair up with Kevin Durant, because he's got such a respect for Kevin Durant's game. That's why both of them were looking at New York, and that's why Brooklyn and the Knicks were a real possibility for Kawhi, because he knew, yes, I want to win some championships. I can't do it by myself, but I do believe if I have another all-star, did he have a priority list? I can't say that, but his first call was to Kevin Durant. He did talk to several others, but he believes paired with another star, he can win NBA championships. That has not changed. He didn't feel as if when he was in San Antonio, he had to be traded to Los Angeles to play alongside LeBron James. And as I said, once they got Anthony Davis, that really hurt their chances of Kawhi ever putting on one of the Lakers uniforms, because he was not going to be responsible himself for forming a super team.
Right. If a super team forms around him with the Clippers in a couple years, if all of a sudden they add another star, that's one thing. But him being the last piece of one when LeBron and Anthony Davis had already been there, that would be viewed very differently. And the other part of this is why I reject it out of hand when people are like, LeBron went to L.A. to win, to make movies. He doesn't care about winning anymore. Guys at this level, where they truly believe in their heart of hearts, I'm the best player in the league, believe anywhere I go becomes a contender. Now, LeBron knew that last year the Lakers were not going to be able to win a championship, but he, I think, correctly believed, give us a year, we'll find one other star, and we'll be contending. Kawhi knew that if he went to the Clippers with no one else, that's probably not a championship team, but with Paul George, it is. And so if you think you can get to your destination by multiple routes, then you know you're going to get more credit, if you will, and it might be more personally satisfying to take the route that demands more of you. Like, maybe at some point in time, maybe before I was alive, maybe before I started covering sports, championships weren't considered important enough. And maybe it's just the pendulum swung so far in reaction to that. But we are now to a point to where we disrespect and denigrate guys so much that don't have a title that sometimes we miss the plot that it's not just about who wins the final game of the season.
Well, the reason why you say things like that, because you don't have anything else to say. Well, why? What kind of player were they? Oh, they were a great player. Oh, but they didn't win a championship. That's the reason why they do that. It's not as if, I just think with the coverage of all the athletes, it's more intense. And there's so many people doing it that you have to throw in, to be able to divide them, the championships and everything. But I've said this a whole bunch. There's no way I'm going to take away my 1,100 catches for a Super Bowl ring. There's no way.
Of course. Like maybe it started with LeBron. He had won a couple MVPs. He was clearly the best player in the league, but he hadn't won a title, so people crushed him. And then KD felt in a similar spot. And so where we started to be, well, have they won a title? And I guess it's coming for Giannis soon, I would imagine. But Kawhi picking the Lakers, yeah, it would have made him minus 200 favorites. It would have been the best place to win a title. But that doesn't mean it's the best place for his career. It doesn't mean it's the best place for what he's trying to accomplish in this league.
No, I agree. I agree with what both of you are saying. And Kawhi should feel like he can take out LeBron. He should feel the best player.
Course.
He took out the Sixers' big four. He took out Giannis. He took the the Golden State Warriors 3-1 before they were up 3-1 before Kevin Durant went down. I mean, he should feel like he, along with anyone else, should be able to compete against
Kawhi has
who they have
a
at the
great
Lakers.
deal of confidence, and you saw that confidence in the Eastern Conference Final when they were down 2-0 to Giannis.
Yeah.
To me, because Golden State was injured. To me, that was the biggest series coming after the buzzer beater against Philadelphia, what he did to Giannis. Giannis was the MVP of the season, and he took over that series in that game number 3. So Kawhi's got a tremendous amount of confidence. Kawhi feels like he does not need LeBron James. And also, Kawhi's personality does not fit the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James, and everything else they have going on. Now, he would have taken it as a last resort if the Toronto, if they couldn't trade for someone. Right. But he ended up getting exactly what he wanted. It wasn't paramount for him to go back home, but as a priority, he wanted to play in Southern California. He got that, was able to play with the Clippers. They got another star in Paul George, and he feels like they're ready to win a couple championships.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.